Gang, what's poppin', man? If you didn't know, this your boy Tay, back at y'all again. And today, I want to talk to y'all about working on yourself. I had a guy ask me a question and he was kind of confused. He didn't really know what I meant when I say go back inside yourself and work on yourself, as opposed to being out here, being outside of yourself. For this video, we're gonna go more in detail of what that actually means, all right? So I want y'all to understand that we all grow up with certain traumas. We all have issues that we've held on to throughout our life. Things that we may have went through that might have left an imprint on us and just our behavior, the way we see the world. So when I talk about going back within inside yourself, this is exactly what it means. You go back inside and you deal with those traumas. You deal with those issues that you've had and that you've been holding on to, okay? And this is how we elevate, okay? So you can't have luggage. You can't carry all that luggage up to your higher self, because you have to be light as a feather. So in order for you to be light as a feather, you gotta leave all that down here, right? This is why they say you can't take it with you when you're gone. You can't take this stuff with you when you're gone. The material, all these things, emotional stress, traumas, you gotta leave all that stuff here. These things hold us back. They hold us down from elevating, all right? So the inner work is you going in and you fixing those inner troubles, those inner traumas that you've had, those issues. We go in and we find peace. We find closure for those things that we went through. This is why I say, guys, when you're meditating, you want to go back through those doors, right? You want to travel back in time and find the root cause to when that problem occurred or that issue happened, right? See, a lot of things that we go through inside of us, we never find closure for those things. It's left open. It's an unfinished business. So what you got to do is you got to go back inside yourself. You got to time travel. Go back in time and fix those issues. Figure out why certain habits you may have. Where did that habit come from? We all have habits that hinder our growth, right? So we got to go back and find out, where did that habit start? Whether it's drinking, whether it's watching flicks, whether it's playing with yourself, whether it's, anything that's a toxic habit in your life, you got to go in and you got to find where that habit started. Why did it start? What made you pick up that habit? And you got to find closure and you got to release it, right? We got to detox. This is what detoxing is. It's releasing, right? On your spiritual journey, all your demons come up to the surface. This is why you experience the dark side of spirituality, because you got to cleanse the inside out first. You got to clean out all that energy you've been holding on to. And this is why it all comes to the surface. And you got to fight those demons. You got to slay that dragon, right? This is what going to hell means. You got to go to hell before you can experience heaven, because you got to fight those demons. And that's all that is, your sins, your demons. That's just the inner trials and tribulations and the emotion and distress, all that you've been holding on to, coming back up to the surface and you dealing with it, right? It ain't no different than you going to a psychologist or a therapist, right? And they try to figure out what's causing your trauma, what's causing your issues. They're doing the same thing for you. They're talking to you and they're going back. They're taking you back and guiding you to where that root cause happened. Where was the root cause of that problem? You feel me? You can do the same thing for yourself. You don't need a therapist or a psychologist. Nothing wrong with that, but they're just there to guide you. But you can learn to do that for yourself by just going back inside, which is meditating, closing your eyes, breathing, and then as you're doing that, you're focusing on the memories and you're reliving those memories and you're going all the way back until you get to those root causes. That certain event that happened in your life that caused you to have that toxic issue, that you've been holding on to. And then we figure out how to get rid of that, clear it out, find peace, find closure with that. Whether it's you fell out with family members, any of that, man, you got to start learning how to go back and forgive, detox, right? detox all that energy out. This is what the inner work is. Some people are scared of that. You know, they run from themselves. So they go outside themselves, which means they're looking for something out here to fill that void or to take them away from their problems, their demons. Whether it be, you know, substance abuse, whether it be having to be in a relationship all the time, they're scared to be alone. You know, people are scared to be alone most of the time because they're scared to deal with themselves. But you can't run from yourself because everywhere you go, there you are. You know, you can stall and prolong all you want to, but when it's all said and done, those demons are always going to be there. You are always going to be there with yourself. So you got to learn how to deal with yourself and learn how to cleanse yourself, right? And after we detox, now you replenish and rejuvenate. So now that you're cleaning out all that inner turmoil and trauma, now you're going to replenish that with new habits, new good habits, and, you know, a better structure for your life. This is why I talk about daily habits, because you want your daily habits to be on point, and you want to be doing things that are productive, that's going to keep you elevating on your path. So you're dropping the toxic and you're gaining new and rejuvenating with new habits. You feel what I'm saying? Don't be afraid. You know, you got to go through it. You got to deal with it. But you can't be out here. You can't be looking outside of yourself all the time. Now, don't get me wrong. You can still be out and, you know, still have fun and do what you got to do. But when I say being outside of yourself, it means that you're running away from yourself. You're running away from your problems and things that you know you need to deal with inside. And you go out here and you look for something to help you escape. Like I said, whether it's substance abuse, whether it's always being in a relationship, whether you have to eat junk food. You know, there's many things that people do to run away from their problems and to get that instant gratification. And this is why instant gratification is bad, because it takes us away from ourselves, and it takes us away from finding ourselves and cleansing ourselves and fixing our problems. So guys, when you hear me talk about the inner work, this is what I mean, the inner work. You focusing on yourself and you cleaning out the bad and replacing with the good. And that's a daily progression. Day after day after day after day, you're progressing, you're cleaning out, you're cleansing. And it's not gonna happen overnight. You know, it takes years. It took me years. And I'm still cleansing. You know what I'm saying? It never stops. And then after you cleanse, you still gotta maintain. You can't be slipping back down into bad habits, slipping back downward into old lifestyle habits. You gotta maintain that. This is where the discipline and consistency comes from. Stand on point. You might slip up a little bit, but you know, you gotta make sure that your good outweighs the bad. You gotta make sure you stay on point every single day. All right? You know what I'm saying? There's room for error. I'm not saying that. You don't gotta be perfect, but you can't be going downwards, all the way down. You know what I'm saying? You gotta make sure you stand up. This is why a lot of times, you know, if you tend to be going downward, you'll see sixes, the number 6 a lot, because 6 is a spiral down. And that's a message for you saying like, look, all right, you know, you kind of going backwards right now. You need to stay on point and keep elevating. You too focused on the physical and you too focused on things that you don't need to be worrying about. It's bringing you down. So you don't want to see that 6, because that 6 is a spiral down, right? So if you ever see that, that's a message. That's that message for you. It's like, you know, let's stay on point. Now the 9 is a spiral up. Boom, boom, it's spiraling up. So if you see 9s, that means you're finishing up or you're closing out unfinished business. So the 9 is the number of completion, because you're completing, you know, old karmic cycles and you're about to go into a new one, right? So understand that. But yeah, when we talk about inner work, this is what I mean. Focus on yourself. Block out all that other stuff that's trying to take you away from finding yourself and fixing yourself, and focus, all right? I wish y'all the best, you know what I'm saying? I want y'all to grind this year. I want y'all to be on point this year, because there's many good things coming for the people who have been working on themselves and the people who are really trying to manifest the lifestyle that they want. This is the year right here, man. So y'all stay on point, all right? That being said, it's your boy Tay. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. Let me know in the comment section what y'all want me to talk about next. Y'all have a beautiful day, man, and I'm out.